You know, when my son told me that running up the hill is good for the obliques, that's when I said, I got to get back out here again, regardless of how hot it is. So here I am in the sun, but I'm anxious to sprint up the hill. Hi, my name is Theresa Ann Garrett Greenford, but please call me T because it's easier. This is week 13 of my 75-pound weight loss journey. I am thrilled. Anyway, Jay's gonna film me while I sprint up this hill because I got to get something done with these obliques. And then I'm gonna make up my own little, what do you call that? Optical course? Not optical because that's for the eyes, but you know what I mean. My own little course. So, here I go. I'm allowing my arms to carry me up the hill as fast as I can go. My only competition is me, and that's all that counts as far as I'm concerned. Rocky ain't got nothing on Here I go, climbing up the steps. I am so proud of myself. No, I'm not moving nearly as fast as I used to, but I'm moving, and that's the glory of it. That's the beauty of it. I finally made it to the top. Now I'm going back down, as you can see. Hey, what can I say? Not sure exactly what I'm doing here, but I'd like to call it my rendition of a limbo. You know that limbo, how low can you go? So I'm stretching my foot out, and then I'm going under the limbo bar, stretching my foot out, standing up straight, stretch, and going under the limbo bar. Hold, hands up. Go ahead under. Go ahead, girl.
Okay.
Moving right on into that football stance, that football run, running in place type thing. I don't know exactly what you call it, but it's my rendition of the football running in place thing. No matter what I do, I will never forget the hula hoop. This is the one thing that I got to learn how to walk with, how to talk with it. I will lose 2 inches off my waist each month. 4 pounds off of my weight. I got to get this hula hoop, I tell you. I think I finally found out what's going on with me in this hula hoop. I get tired, and I stop it. I have to learn how to pull up and ignore it. And by the way, don't pay any attention to the background. It looks like it's nightfall. I just turned just to give myself a different backdrop, and there's no sun. But anyway, look at it.
Go ahead.
Jay's telling me to go ahead. He just wants some black beans and rice. It's Meatless Monday, y'all. It's Meatless Monday, and today I am going to make a Cuban style black bean. It's funny because coming up, beans were not my favorite, and my mother would make a variety of different types of beans for us for dinner, but she never made the black bean. And it wasn't until I became an adult that I learned about the black bean, and then about 10 years ago I had enough, what should I say, gumption or bravery or whatever to taste it, and it's been my favorite ever since. So today I am going to make a Cuban style black bean from the can, believe it or not. So I got a 15-ounce can of black beans that I'm just going to put in my pot. I'm going to put a dry bay leaf in there and a teaspoon of red wine vinegar. If you don't have red wine vinegar, you could use white vinegar. And I'm just going to give that a little stir so that bay leaf can be covered up, and I'm going to put it on the stove so it can simmer. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in my pan. Now this step is not necessarily mandatory. You could dump it all in the pot with the beans, but I like to see my things be cooked, my vegetables. So I got about a quarter cup of green pepper, and I have about a quarter cup of red onion. You could use yellow, you could use white. I'm using red because that's what I had. I like to use jalapeno because I love that spice, that hot spiciness. I use both the membrane and the seeds because it gives it that extra spiciness. I like to put a little bit of salt, and I'm going to use about a quarter teaspoon of cumin. Using cumin is the most important part of the bean. It's what gives it that extra good flavor. Now let's not forget my garlic. I'm going to use about 3 garlic cloves. The reason why I put my seasonings inside my pan to fry with it is because it kind of roasts and brings out or toasts the flavors of the seasonings and brings out the flavors right along with the vegetables. So that's why I do that. So I'm just going to stir this around in my olive oil in the pan just until it becomes soft, and then I'll add it to the black beans. The black beans, I like them to simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes just so they could be softer to the bite. But the choice is actually yours. I'll add these vegetables along with the different seasonings to my beans so they can marry, and it'll just add layers of flavor to it. So at this point, I'm just going to switch positions, and I'm going to put my beans over here. Now they've been simmering for quite some time, about 20 minutes, and I'm just going to add my green pepper, my yellow onion, or I had a red onion in there, and my jalapeno peppers and my garlic. All those good flavors will stir it. Now the bay leaf, I'm told and I've read that the bay leaf is good with different dishes like beans, stews, soups, and the longer you simmer, the more of the flavor of the bay leaf comes out in your dish. So while these are simmering and marrying together, I'm going to make a rice. Okay, so now I have my rice. All it is long grain rice. That's the type of rice that I like to eat. You can follow the directions on the back of your box, your rice box. What I like to do is just allow my water to boil, and then I put the determined amount of rice in the pot, turn the fire off, and then cover it and just let it sit for 20 minutes. And it's nice and fluffy, just like you see right here. I'm adding just a little bit of olive oil just to loosen it up a little bit, little salt, little pepper, and some cilantro, fresh cilantro that I chopped up earlier. Yeah, just like that. Now, what I like to do is, can you see this, Jay, right here? I'm gonna fill this bowl up right here with rice, because I'm gonna make a nice little presentation. And I'm gonna flatten it out with my spoon, just like so, nothing fancy. This is optional, it's just what I like to do. Then I'm gonna take my bowl that I'm gonna eat out of, place it in the center like so, and then just turn it over, just like that, okay? I was privileged enough, I was privileged to be able to go to Cuba almost 2 years ago. And at every meal, they had beans and rice. And it was very, very good. So around the rice, I'm going to put my bean, just like so. So this meal actually took about 20 minutes, straight from the can. Yes, just like so. Okay, so let's fix this. Wipe this off just a little bit. I'm going to sprinkle it with some green onions, just like so. And then a black bean, just as in a black bean, without a squeeze of lime. Now, Jay, I want you to just get this right nice. Now, before I knew any better, I wouldn't put the cumin in there because I didn't know. But the cumin is what makes the bean. The beans are soft, and I forgot to put my lime on it. Oh my goodness, I'll squeeze a little bit more. Delicious, people. Please try it. It's so good. Remember, the new sexy is being healthy. And please subscribe. Leave me a comment. And this is Meatless Monday. See you next week. These beans are delicious. The only thing you need is a corn muffin to go with it. So don't cheat yourself. Cheat yourself.